Karibu sana. Welcome to the new episode. Hii episode yetu hii ni moja hapo ya safari ambayo tuliweza kupanga na tukaenda Malawi. Tulizuru Malawi. We were in very different parts of Malawi and we really had an experience and challenges they were there, lakini yote tuliyapitia, tuliyakabiliana nazo na it was a great journey. It was organic grains. Africa is very rich on organic grains. The grains, even in some other lands, you don't need to put fertilizer, and they come very well fertile, and the fertile journey from Kenya to Malawi, let's say the border of Kasumulu. I started my journey from Athi River. So Athi River towards Namanga border, that's around 140 kilometers. Then Namanga border to Arusha, that's around 110 kilometers. Then now from Arusha to Dodoma, it's around 600 kilometers. And then Dodoma to Mbeya, there's a junction there to Uyole. Now you take that turn and heading to Kasumulu. So from Dodoma to Mbeya, it's around 550-60 kilometers. So roughly 140 plus 110, that's around 250 plus 600, that's 850. You add another 560, it's closing to around 1400. And then that junction of Uyole, that's around I think 80 kilometers. It's not that far, around 70 or 80, but there is a lot of meanders, but the experience is not bad. With the way we are familiar with the road from right from Kenya to Tanzania, Tunduma area, that one there was no hurdle because time to time we are there. And now there at Kasumulu, that's our first time. It was my first time there, so we were being directed, we were being connected, and we headed there. From Kasumulu border to Lilongwe, it was around 644 kilometers. So we headed there. We reached safe. We thank God for everything. And there now we started foraging, searching for the grains. We were so in need of dark red beans. Also, there was a shortage of Nyayo beans. There was a shortage of mixed beans. There was a shortage of white beans also. There was on demand. Actually, most of the beans were in demand. Soya on demand. They're in demand. There was a lot of demand. Yeah, and that was the experience. So we reached. We got some goods. We bought. We went also to those rural areas, village, and we bought goods, and it was such a good experience. So after buying, now the problem was documentations, which I explained. They were very, very strict. The current government which was there, it was very strict, and they introduced new processes of acquiring the documents, registrations and stuff. So those are the problem we faced, and we managed. So from Lilongwe to Kasumulu border is like 640 kilometers. Yeah, approximately 640. and I was forced to go and check on those trucks which were they were detained. They were stopped. Others there are some which were detained. There are some which were just stopped and they were parked along the roadside, and there were some which were just like it's a traffic. It's a long queue, a long journey, and they are waiting for the papers. So they were actually they were very optimistic that the process of the papers the process of the papers won't take like more than a week or so. So they were like they are queuing. Maybe that was their fourth day. So they were, they were very sure maybe in the next like 2 days they will be off. So they were just queuing. The expense of turning back and going to Lilongwe, it was too much, and it's better you just pay the damages and their waiting charges. So I had to travel to go and see what's going on, also to be concerned with and check on the goods. If loaded goods are not yours. They're for bosses there. So you have to safeguard them, check them, know the situation of the driver also. They are human beings. So check on the drivers, make sure that you facilitate them also, uh, their expenses there, food, their accommodation sometimes, and the security of the vehicle and the goods. You have to pay that. So I had to go there also. And I remember I made like 2 trips. So the third one is when I was coming back. The first one went, checked, I reassured the drivers and the owner of the vehicles, then came back, then we started the process of the papers with Maria and our team. I remember that time we were with Gabriel. Big up Gabriel. Gabriel, he really helped. James Ndonga, that's my small bro, and it was so immense and hectic. Sleepless nights, thinking, pondering here and there. But all in all, it reached a time and we said we can we can now go like on a free mode. So we had even to now say enough is enough. Now we've done our part. We're leaving everything now to God. The next now it's beyond our reach. And I remember that time we just say let's go and refresh ourselves, and that's what happened. And we went, refreshed ourselves, you know at least clear our mind, because it was too much, it was a lot. And uh, apart from that also, the money, the budget, we are now going overboard. So that time we loaded, yes, but now time factor matters. In business, time factor is one of the most uh, fundamental point. If you don't consider time, so even your goods, when they reach, they will be, the value maybe will depreciate or appreciate. So there were some goods which are coming from there was some harvest, they were waiting there in Uganda, the side of Uganda downwards, like you're going towards Uganda and Tanzanian border. I would say like Mutukula, those sides. So there was some harvest, and they were not ready, so they were still drying and stuff. So by these delays, it was just a matter of time, and we are blown out. So unfortunately, it reached. The harvest was there, so they dried, and they started selling their commodities, and our goods reached in the market. Same with those goods which were harvested. So you can imagine that time. When you compare the goods, somebody will say maybe you've bought substandard goods, and you've done what? You've kept some money and for yourself, and now it's like you've given substandard goods, and people will talk anything. I remember there's one of my boss who said like I brought chakula ya nguruwe, like pigs food. So yeah, it was so bad, but that was the real situation. But all in all, we managed what we did, and it was so hard, but there are some those goods of white sorry, there was white the mixed beans, sorry, mixed beans were okay. The Nyayo was okay. We put them down, and then after working on the papers, we transported them, so it was okay. So there's dark beans, dark red beans. They were very on. They were in a very high demand, and by the time they were in the market, and the ones which they were coming, it came up that they were not of required grade, and that was the challenge, and yeah. So even facing our bosses, some wanted, they didn't want anything to do with us, but trust you me, that was the timing, and it wasn't favoring me, but we had a very, very, very good experience, challenged, but we managed. As business people, we know there is loss, there's profit, and this time round, even when we will be going to Malawi, at least first time it is always hard. Glad I met Maria, and the team there. They are good people, and they have put their papers in order. So this time round, loading is easy, and yeah, there are trucks. There is this truck. I don't know we call it which flight liner. There are trucks from, I think, originating from US. That was the first time I saw the truck, and I was like, hey, will this truck reach the border? But they are very well maintained. When they start their engine, you'll run, but when they're on the road, they are king of the roads. So yeah, that's what happened, and that's the story of Malawi. That's how things went, and we are glad we made it.